Good morning, or whatever time it is for you guys. What's up and what's happening? As y'all can see, it's Paul Plan 2 back at you with episode 2 of my brand new channel. And today's video is going to be focused on native plant species once again. So if you guys saw my previous episode, which a lot of y'all seem to enjoy, thank y'all so much for watching. It means the world to me. But for serious, a lot of my plants died in the last episode, and some of y'all are talking about covering things up with blankets. Trust me, I did. It was 11, 16, and 18 degrees all in 3 consecutive days, so I really couldn't do much to prevent the demise of my plants. With that being said, I wanted to go with the tropical look, which ultimately doesn't fare well if a freeze does come through. So I'm trying to do things right from the ground up with this new opportunity to replant my garden. So I read a book, better yet, I'm illiterate, so I listened to a book called Nature's Last Hope, I think. Something like that. I'll put it right here. Anyways, I was listening to it on Audible. This ain't sponsored, but you guys can use it. Get your knowledge up. Either way, it was talking about how certain species of butterflies and birds co-evolved with one type of plant. So a monarch butterfly, for example, can only use milkweed to have its little babies on, so the caterpillars can munch up on that plant, grow up into butterflies, then fly all the way to Mexico and then back. A lot of people think, oh, I can just plant any species of flower and the monarch will thrive on it. That's wrong, which I just learned. So I don't want to act like I know a lot of shit, because really I don't. This is my first year of gardening, so I'm trying to do things right. So I'm gonna check out a native plant nursery in Houston, Texas. Zone 9 is where I reside. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of plants, let me know. Also, thank you to everyone showing support. If you guys can just like this video, it will help blow up the channel. It's free 99, so thank you, I appreciate it. And let's go to Buchanan's native plant nursery right now and see what they got. All right, this is perfect, man. 2 tables of native plants, boom, boom. Then there's like butterfly host plants. This is the section that I needed. And the first plant I'm grabbing is this Salvia farinaceae, fast-growing herbaceous perennial, blooms all warm season. So I grabbed Paul Cantu of those. Y'all already know, some for the front yard and some for the back. It's going down. It's going down. Bro, this is so fire. It says what species of butterfly they host. So I'm definitely grabbing one of these flame acanthuses. This thing is so sick. It is deciduous, obviously, right now, but that is so fire. Dude, this is so ill. They got Longleaf Pine here, which are endangered. Oh my God! And I'm gonna actually grab one. They take forever to grow. They're found largely in East Texas, but I gotta grab one. It's like 32 bucks. They're little mini-me's, but these dudes grow perfectly straight and they look super cool. So you know what time it is. Instacart. All right, guys, I'm stupid loaded up. I have a button bush, which is exciting. I just have so many different plants. I got the Datura, which people trip off of and almost die from. So that's ill. Just a whole lot of things. I guess I'm gonna break it down once I get out of here, but it's crazy. All right, run it up, you ding-dongs. Look at all these plants I got. I just grabbed this really sick Palmetto Sable Minor, which is the dwarf variety of the only native palm to this region, which is the Sable Palmetto. But yes, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 14 different plant species to throw in the ground, some of which I had on my excessive plant list of just things I want. So I cannot wait to throw these in the ground. Shout out Buchanan's native plant nursery. A lot of the plants weren't native, but they had enough to satisfy and quench my thirst for native plants. Let's go. And hey guys, so we're back home right now, and I am going to put some plants in the ground today, and then probably the rest tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. The first plant we're gonna add is this Salvia right here. Now the official name of this dude is the Henry Dulberg Salvia. Wow, nice. Now the official name for this dude is the Salvia farinaceae. So as I'm digging this hole, I'm gonna drop some knowledge bombs on you guys, or at least attempt to. I don't know who Henry Dulberg was. Sounds like some 18th century motherfucker. But either way, this plant is gonna be nice and showy. I decided to put both of them in the front yard. They have beautiful blue, purplish looking tinted blooms, which definitely will be nice. They're valuable to the hummingbirds and butterflies. They grow to about 2 to 3 feet tall, which is perfect. Native to New Mexico and Texas, I think these salvias will look really good, and they already look glorious in the ground as is. You heard me? All right, guys, the 2 salvias in the earth. Now it's time to add in the beautiful dwarf sable palm. Now this is native once again to Texas, and it will add a native tropical look. Everyone wants the tropical look. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. It's like you're overseas in Aruba and Barbados surviving the cruise murders. And so we're gonna throw this dude in where I did have a bird of paradise, which is from South Africa. Definitely nowhere near Texas. So it will be a good replacement for that dude. Let's put him in. Dude, look at this technique, just clearing out that bird of paradise. I might be able to replant it somewhere in a pot, but I just need to get these tropicals out the environment before another snowstorm murdered them. So the hole was easy to dig. Just slid the dude out the pot and put him in there all nice and deep. Like, look at that tush on me as well. Come on, guys, this is free. But enough about me, let's get back to the sable. It's called a sable minor. Now this is native from North Carolina all the way to Florida, Arkansas, Texas, Nuevo Leon, Mexico. This thing goes crazy. Now it will grow 3 to 6 feet tall, so it can get pretty big next to that pine tree, but we'll see how it works out. It adds nice evergreen textural variation to the environment, which is why I'm here, bruh. So there it is, man. There it is, the sable palm, the sabal. And obviously when you plant something, you need a mulch. So I just roached these bags of leaves from across the street. You feel me? So yeah, daddy, if you paying for mulch, you a sucker. And when I say sucker, I say it with love. I used to buy mulch too before I knew what was good. If you have bags of leaves, pine needles, or really any organic compostable material, you can use it as mulch. All right, my guys, so it's time to throw in one of the coolest plants that I got, which is the longleaf pine. So it's gonna look like a grass for years and years to come, and then eventually it'll start to spring up into its tree form. Now this bad boy needs fire, which I don't know if I'm gonna have to take a torch to this, just a box of matches, or just to leave the surroundings clear. But I am placing it right here because there used to be a huge pine tree right along this row of pines that did get decimated and cut down. So obviously, in its loving memory, I did cover it up with a lot of leaves. I'm gonna throw in a longleaf pine where it used to stand. Hopefully this bad boy will take off, but these dudes can grow up to 500 years old. They can become thick, tall, and overall just beautiful. So I'm excited to put it in the ground and see what happens over time. It could die. I don't know if I'm gonna start a small brush fire right betwixt a corner of some fencing, but I figured we'd risk it. It was 30 bucks, we'll see what happens. That's what this is, man. You just play with plants, you see what takes off, what doesn't, and you learn as you go. So let's get it. Okay, I need to chill out. I'm twerking for you guys at this point. All right, but this plant is the Pinus palustris longleaf pine. You guys already know. Now it can grow from 80 feet to 100 feet, 500 years of age, and it does need fire. They are native to Texas, specifically the Big Thicket, which is about 2 hours away from me, all the way up to Virginia and into Florida as well. So these trees really do stretch a long way, or at least they did. As I said, they're endangered, so they have been completely decimated and cut down. There's like no old growth forest left. So that's why I am planting at least one of these to learn what it takes to grow them. So hopefully in the future, I can buy some land and really put together a formula and a plan to propagate these dudes and grow a shit ton of them in East Texas. Okay guys, it is the next day, day 2 of the Paw Plant 2 episode 2 adventure, and I'm gonna add in some other plants that I got. Now some of y'all might be here for the Datura, the hallucinogenic plant I briefly mentioned, which was in Buchanan's native plant nursery, and I stumbled upon this plant in terms of my knowledge Rolodex because I was watching a video talking about plants you should never eat, and then I watched it, and then I got into a whole YouTube rabbit hole of Datura trip stories. So people eat the seeds of this Datura plant. It also is called like Jimsonweed, and they trip. And I mean, they trip out of their mind. That's not why I'm planting it. I don't encourage anyone to eat it because people who take Datura cannot distinguish reality from fantasy. And a lot of times they see people's eyes just bleeding when they look at them. I don't know, this sounds very demonic. It's called like devil's weed and shit. So I would stay away from it. But I am gonna put it in the ground just for any bi-curious suburbanite who might wanna pop it in their mouth and then just enter a whole nother realm and potentially end up in the hospital, because that is the ending place of like 90% of the stories that I heard. Someone jumped naked out of a window, bro. It's crazy, but I'm gonna put it in the ground and see what happens, Captain. Let's get it. So the Datura Info, I think that's how you say it, not quite sure, is native from Central California all the way to northern Mexico through the southwest to Texas. Thus here we are, and it is a larval host plant for the Carolina Sphinx moth. So yeah, dude, the moth just is attracted to these beautiful trumpet-like flowers that the plant has, which also look cool, and they open up at night, which is an added bonus to the fact that it'll help my neighbors trip absolute nutsack. Looking forward to seeing that. All right, guys, so the second plant today is gonna be the Coreopsis Lance Leaf. Now, these dudes are obviously native to America, have bright yellow flowers. They're in the sunflower family, and these dudes can form colonies, which will be cool because I want this dude, which gets about 1 foot to like 2 feet in height, to go all along the front of this bed I have created. So let's get this dude in the ground. And he is fun. He is funky. Just look at the personality. Look at the show on this guy, huh? All right, let's do it. So the Coreopsis is easy as hell to grow, evidently. It can grow in a lot of light conditions, full sun, part shade to shade. And also you can grow this pretty much anywhere in the US and Canada. So I'm excited to see its flowers pop off, but it looks nice as is. All right, this next plant is a stone cold stunner. Look at it dude right here. Look how beautiful that is right there. And it's the Texas Select, come on. Could it get any better? This is the Indian Feather Ballerina trademarked rose perennial. Needs full sun. So yeah, I'm planting everything right here because this is where the sun rises and schmacks for a good part of the day. This dude can get about 2 feet, so I'm planting him in between these Ixoras that I think might be dead. I don't know yet. We'll see if they re-leaf. But in the meantime, this dude's going front and center so everyone can walk on by and see the nice burgundy hues, that green. Oh yeah. Okay, the scientific name is the Onothera Lindhimrai. What a beautiful name for a child. And the fun fact about this plant is its flowers sometimes can be said to smell like cat piss. Oh yeah. And also I overpaid for this because I found like 8 of them at Lowe's for $4 each. Fuck. Hey, but as you look at this, just know it's native from Texas to Louisiana. Okay, one of the last plants I'm adding in this area is the red Yucca. These dudes grow 2 feet by 2 feet, maybe even 3 feet, and they shoot up a big red flower that really puts on a display, man. Let's get them in. Okay, so this is the Hesperalo parviflora. Sorry if my line sucks, it is what it is. Dude, this is the tiniest hole I had to dig. This baddie is native to Texas, pretty much just Texas, is heat and drought tolerant, and looks cool, evergreen. Let's go. All right, next up I'm gonna throw in this Lantana right here. And this is the only species of Lantana that is native to Texas. There's a lot in cultivation, but a lot of those are cultivars, so they can be a different color or a different flower size that may inhibit certain insects from actually interacting with them. So that's why I got this dude. This was way more expensive than it probably should have been, as was probably everything at that nursery. So if you guys know any native plant nurseries in Houston other than Buchanans, let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, I'm gonna put this dude in here. He'll take off, and then I can make cuttings and then plant as many as I want everywhere else in the yard. So it kind of is like a one-time investment that I can turn into a bunch of other plants. All right, guys, so if you do live in Texas, you're looking for the Lantana urticoides. Anything else is not native, and this is what the bees, the birds, and all of that are really attracted to. Beautiful orange flowers, so it's gonna look cool, man. Just give it time. This baddie that I'm throwing in the ground next is the pride of Houston, the Yaupon Holly. And this thing can tolerate part shade, full sun. Is going right behind this giant pine tree on the fence line, so hopefully it will get big and just form kind of a nice big shrub-like tree. That's what I think I need right here. It has beautiful berries if this is a female. Hopefully it is. Dude, my dogs are crying behind the fence. How cute, dude. They miss me. They love Pappy. But yeah, let's dig a hole and chunk them in. Alright, this baddie is called the Lex vomitoriae. So I guess it's called vomitoriae because if you eat the berries you can vomit. But Yaupon Hollies do have caffeinated leaves and you can make a tea out of them if you so desire. They also are a larval host for the Henry's elfin butterfly. Yeah, that butterfly an elf though. Yeah, so this grows in a versatile array of soil conditions, light conditions, and overall is just a baller, native from Southern Virginia all the way to Florida, across the US to Texas and Oklahoma, so anywhere in between, you guys can plant this thing, you heard me? And that's it, baby. And alrighty, my brethren, hopefully y'all did enjoy today's video. If y'all did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I got probably 6 more plants that I need to add in the ground, which I just didn't do because this video probably is lengthy enough, but stay tuned for the next video. Obviously, please subscribe to your boy, turn on bell notifications so y'all know each time I upload, and stay tuned for episode 3 of me just redoing my entire 1/4 of an acre lot with native plants and plants I can put in my mouth. All right, thanks for watching. Live the dream, eat that ice cream. Until next time, I'm out. Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.